Humanitarian volunteers in Sudan say 16 civilians have been killed after paramilitary forces shelled a displacement camp close to El-Fasher. That's the capital of North Darfur. The army and paramilitary forces have been accused of indiscriminately bombing civilians and medical facilities, attacking residential areas and using mass starvation as a weapon of war. Now, this comes more than a week after the eastern city of Wad Madani was recaptured by the army from its rival, the Rapid Support Forces, or RSF. Sudan's troops and RSF militia have been fighting for control of Sudan for close to 2 years now. Many regions and cities have been affected by the ongoing violence amid limited international aid. On that, the UN predicts that by May, around half of the entire population of Sudan will face acute food deprivation. So let's speak now to Leni Kinsley, who is a spokesperson for the World Food Programme, who has made it to Port Sudan. Very good to have you with us, Leni. Have you had any luck, the World Food Programme, getting any kind of food aid into Wad Madani?
Yes, we just yesterday got 11 trucks carrying 260 metric tons of assistance into Wad Madani, less than a week since the situation there became calm enough to be able to deliver. WFP delivered. That's assistance, nutrition supplements, food packages for 20,000 people, and that's just the start. And I think that shows what we can do if we are able to deliver, if there is safe passage, and especially if the security situation allows.
Leni, there's been so much concern around famine and the different areas that are suffering with acute need. Just give us an idea of what it's like in a city like Wad Madani.
So people lack basic items, access to basic food supplies. What I hear on the ground is that people are basically surviving off of, a watered down lentil soup. That's all they get to eat in a day if they're lucky. No access to clean water. It's extremely dire situation. And Wad Madani, Madani al-Kubra is one of the 17 risk of famine locations. And when we're talking about risk of famine, these are severe levels of hunger. People are not able to have a basic meal a day. Children have high rates of malnutrition, and that is why the food assistance is so critical. That's why it's so important that we have access to these areas, and most important, that the situation is safe enough for us to get there.
On that, the army and paramilitary forces accused of indiscriminately bombing in so many areas. How dangerous is it to operate if you're a humanitarian in Sudan at the moment?
It is extremely dangerous. It's extremely difficult, especially in the areas where there is active fighting ongoing, like in Khartoum, around El-Fasher, for example. We have had occasions where we've had to either delay convoys full of assistance destined to a specific area because conflict erupted, areas that we can't reach because conflict is a long route on the way to that place. And very unfortunately, we have had WFP staff members who have lost their lives, sacrificed their lives carrying out their humanitarian duties. That is the reality of the situation we're facing. But in the face of that, we are not giving up. We continue to do whatever we can to deliver aid for the Sudanese people.
Leni Kinsley, thank you very much for joining us. We wish you and your team luck in the coming days as you try to deliver that aid from the World Food Programme. Thank you.